video is just a guideline to show you how you can grade assignments that are shared to the students and they are required to be handed in and graded. Because in grading an assignment, you have to check what submission has been made for each student. Now, for example, I'm going to use one of these assignments to show you how to grade. And so once you look at, we all know an icon that resembles an activity, the assignment activity. So once you got to that particular assignment that you're given out, you will realize that you will have an indicator towards your right of assignments that have been handed in and the number of people who have been assigned. So for example, for this one, we have 39 people who have handed in the assignment, and the total number of people who are required to submit that assignment is 40. Now, looking at that, you can click on 39 handed in, and you will be able to see what assignments or what submissions they had done. It also depends with the question that has been given. For example, this question states, do you care about the environment? And these are the questions that the students are required to reflect on. Others decided to put on the comments where this can act as a forum for the class, but once someone reads the questions, they are required to create an independent document or submission for this particular question. For that, you can navigate to student answers and you will see what other submissions were made. Now, if you look at Alex Ocheng made his submission, and this is what he had to write about. As a student, this interface is not available for them. This interface is available for you as an instructor, as a teacher. So what you can do, depending on the nature of assignments, this allows you to add a private comment to Alex Ocheng as a way of seeing what option or what assignment is added in, what if this question that was given, do you care about the environment? What do you do to support a better environment? Inspire us with both your small and big actions. Alex Ocheng had to say, yes, I do care by ensuring I do environmental conversation. Now you can see the response is tied to the question. Now, what you can do for this particular type of grading, some assignments are graded, some are ungraded. Now, how we were able to see that is when you look at this option here, when you click on the arrow, they will pick and drop down menu of unmarked or ungraded, meaning they are assignments that you give to the students just for you to get an idea of where they are at in terms of understanding the material that you've posted. So for this particular assignment, it's ungraded, but it will still require for them to submit a reflection towards the question that you had put on the class. When you scroll down, you can see all the different students who have been able to handle the assignments. You can read through the handing documents if there are documents that are supposed to be uploaded, but for this particular assignment they only had to give a response to a response that looks like a reflection. Now that is one of the ways that you can grade. So as a teacher, what you can do is just write a comment, for example, collecting waves, and use them as grading manure after composting. So you can write this is a good alternative to disposable waste. comment that you have replied back to the student. Now that is one way of grading ungraded assignment. We can look at a different assignment. For example, we can go to one. Sorry, this is the material. Now this is a graded assignment. A graded assignment, you can decide how many points goes to this assignment. For this particular one, where they are supposed to share their work experience, you as an instructor can decide to have this marked over 100 or over 50. Now you can, once you do that and update it, it will reflect on all the students who have handed in that the given assignment only counts for 50 marks or 50 points. So once you read through, for example, you can always click on each student and see what response or what document they have submitted to a response to the question. So for example, Eric Van Jean has submitted the word food. Does this qualify to give 50 out of 50? No. This can go for either a 10 or a 5 because there is no further discussion to it. Given that you can look at different responses and grade according to a rubric that you put to guide you what specific terms when used will count for how many points. Now remember, once you have a rubric, a grading rubric that guides what you're looking for in these submissions, it allows you to easily grade these assignments. It will not be based on what the student has put together all the same, but it will be based on the marking scheme or the rubric that guides what specific responses do you look out for. So for example, with Anyango Belinda, after reading this response, you can either decide to give this a 40 or a 30. Now, once you've decided with the mark, there is an option to return. You are returning the score to the student. If you look at this panel, there is an option to return to all students. Ensure that this is unselected so that you can select a specific student that you would like to return the given points to. Once you select that student, you can decide to return the marks, either add a private comment, maybe to show that the student needs to add more details to their submitted assignment, or if whatever they've submitted requires an extra submission, either an image, either a video, depending on what is required, so that they can meet the 50 out of 50 marks. But if you do not want to opt for such comments, you can just decide to return the marks. So once submission is returned, the student will receive an email notification of the graded assignments, the points they've gotten, and if you have made comments, they will be able to read the comments and act on it. And that is the tutorial on how to grade assignments within Google Classroom.